Meta, the company that owns Facebook and Instagram, gave police access to private Facebook messages that detailed a Nebraska teen's plans to get an illegal abortion. It was notes between her and her mother. Mark Zuckerberg's social network giant, which has promised to cover travel costs for its own employees looking for access to abortions, complied with the search warrant for Norfolk, Nebraska police in early June. They gave police access to 2 accounts belonging to, at the time, a 17-year-old named Celeste Burgess and her mother, 41-year-old Jessica. It confirmed
That kid has to come up to the world, and then Google their name, right?
Yeah.
And then here's how you were born. I was going on this Facebook platform, is what we called it, before we had it in our eyeballs. And I contacted my mother via that on a platform that said they would keep it. Like, this is all criminal shit to make this random person alive.
Right. Burgess
I think this is just like a really messy story. I read a little bit about it, and like, I am unabashedly pro-choice, but basically what happened was, like, I think Facebook had to comply with subpoenas because the girl was like, I think she was like 28 weeks pregnant or something like that. Like, it was
23.
pretty late. And I think it would have been illegal even before Roe versus Wade was overturned. But I don't really know enough about it to talk about.
We don't know
it.
that because you can get late term abortions, and they have been legal if there's a problem with the child or a problem with giving birth, or there are legal abortions that happen after the 3-month period because of other situations.
Yeah, that's just what I'm saying, is that, like, this is such a messy, complicated story, and I'm like not qualified to weigh in on it. I just know that there are so many different elements of it that are like coming out, and it's being framed different ways depending on who's talking about it. And
well, don't worry, Keith will feel confident to say whatever he wants about it. So
they can't silence me, Samantha. A police detective found messages between the two confirming plans for Celeste to take pills to induce an abortion in April. Around 23 weeks pregnant. Nebraska's legal cutoff is 20 weeks. Are we starting it today? Celeste asked in one of the messages. The mom wrote back, "We can if you want. The one will stop the hormones." Later on, Celeste said, "Remember, we burned the evidence." And the mom said, "Yes."
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, you just wanted to use
when
that
you're on
term.
Facebook. That's all. Yeah. Celeste, now 18, has been charged with removing, concealing, abandoning a dead human body, concealing the death of another person, and false reporting. Her mother has been charged with performing or attempting an abortion greater than 20 weeks, performing an abortion when not a licensed doctor, removing, concealing, abandoning a dead human body, concealing the death of another person, and false reporting.
Yeah, it's just a giant, horrible mess all around.
But whatever mess that is, you are now criminalizing a 17-year-old and her mother over what? To put this in the news, to say that these people are murderers. Murderers? Come on.
Yeah. Meta says the warrants concern charges related to a criminal investigation, and court documents indicate that the police at the time were investigating the case of a stillborn baby who was burned and buried, not a decision to have an abortion. All right, well, guess if they're related. Anyway, the point is, watch what you rate on Facebook. Text.
Yeah,
Facebook isn't more convenient anyway. Just text your mom.
I'm not here to like morally figure out that situation. I'm not smart enough, but the main takeaway is if you're doing anything even remotely related to abortion, keep it off tech.
Right. You can tell what you type in your phone ends up popping up in the form of commercials. So they got clues looking at your private messages about abortion. Don't fuck with it.
Foggy Bottom has a good point. How did they know to look at her messages on Facebook? Why this girl? Why this information? Right. What, they got subpoenaed to look at this? So something else happened. It wasn't just Facebook that was like, we're monitoring to see who's getting an abortion.
It seems like somebody figured out or heard that she had a miscarriage and got rid of it. And so someone's like, you know what? I don't believe that story. Look it up, local police. And so the local police said, hey, Facebook, they have any messages about the children? And Facebook said, yeah.
Well, if Facebook was subpoenaed, then that
I don't
gets
care
her
whose
out.
fault it is. Don't rate on Facebook. That's it.
Yeah, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Don't write
North-
on any tech if you're doing shit like that.
Yeah.
KeithAndTheGirl.com.